7 individuals were arrested at Foasho for possession of firearm, possession of ammunition. Also, we were able to search some abandoned houses in that area and recovered 30 rounds of 5.56 ammunition, that's AR-15 rounds. And those ammunition were light armor-piercing rounds. So this is how serious this thing is getting as it relates to gun violence in St. Lucia.
There's only one place I feel they find a firearm, but it was on a man that was crippled. He had get shot already. Nobody wasn't there to protect him when he gets shot. He crippled for 10 years now. You feel the man wouldn't try to protect himself against anybody that would, because when he gets shot, the police wasn't there. And he on a wheelchair right now. Today they have him in the station.
In St. Lucia, recent police raids have gangs crying foul, accusing officers of abuse and heavy-handed tactics. The police, on the other hand, say they're just doing spring cleaning, Caribbean style. Garçon! When Badman and Badgeman both say the other playing dirty, you know the soap opera's real spicy. Even Sherlock would need backup to solve this one. So here's the question. Is it justice being served? Or just more pepper in the pot? What do you think? Legit policing or overreach? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more Caribbean takes with a
Over the weekend, the RSLPF, along with other law enforcement agencies, conducted an operation at Wilton's Yard.
Another successful raid was conducted by St. Lucia's law enforcement over the past weekend as officers descended on Wilton's Yard. Inspector Siobhan Matthew, head of the Gang, Narcotics and Firearms GNFU unit, outlined the results of the targeted operation.
During that operation, over 7 persons were arrested for offenses stemming from possession of firearm, possession of ammunition, possession of controlled drugs, and possession of intent to supply to another. Also, 2 individuals were arrested for robberies, and those robberies were committed using firearms.
However, for some residents, the targeted raid sparked serious concerns, raising questions about the impact on the community and the conduct of the operation.
There is only one place I feel they find a firearm, but it was on a man that was crippled. He had get shot already. Nobody wasn't there to protect him when he gets shot. He crippled for 10 years now. You feel the man wouldn't try to protect himself against anybody that would, because when he gets shot, the police wasn't there. And he on a wheelchair right now. Today they have him in the station. Today they have him in the station for trying to protect himself. You think he want the same thing to happen to him twice?
Despite objections from some residents, the newly formed GNFU unit has continued its targeted raids, with citizen intelligence playing a key role in successful sting operations. Inspector Matthew praised the courage of St. Lucians who have stepped up to speak out, stating that their vigilance has made a real difference.
We have been having a lot of police operations around St. Lucia, and we would like to commend the citizens of the country for providing us with the information so that we could go out there and fight that crime, because without the help of the public we will not be able to get the information. So we'd like to thank them, along with some of our operations being intelligence driven as well. So we just continue to ask you, members of the public, to provide the information through our 555 hotline, and we could assure you that those operations will continue.
As the GNFU unit presses on with its mission, the balance between effective policing and community concerns remains delicate, with residents and officers alike committed to ensuring the safety of the island.
Yesterday, the RSLPF, we continue our efforts as it relates to curbing gun violence and drug-related offences in and around the city of Castries, and we had another operation at Foasho yesterday.
Inspector Siobhan Matthew, who leads the Gang, Narcotics and Firearms unit, detailed key aspects of Thursday's early morning raid.
7 individuals were arrested at Foasho for possession of firearm, possession of ammunition. Also, we were able to search some abandoned houses in that area and recovered 30 rounds of 5.56 ammunition, that's AR-15 rounds. And those ammunition were light armor-piercing rounds. So this is how serious this thing is getting as it relates to gun violence in St. Lucia. Also, a stand for compatible with an AR-15 was also recovered, and a magazine. 2 other individuals were arrested. One was arrested at Wilton's Yard, on a commitment warrant for a drug fine not paid. And another individual by the name of Yannick Gustav of Odsa was arrested on an international warrant of arrest for crimes committed in Martinique. And he has been arrested and he will be taken before the court and he will be facing extradition to Martinique so he could be charged for those armed robberies that he committed in Martinique.
The effectiveness of the recently established Gang, Narcotics and Firearms GNF unit has led to the removal of numerous dangerous weapons from the streets and the disruption of illegal narcotics trafficking. The unit has achieved several successes in recent weeks through operations across the island. Inspector Matthew commended the dedication and commitment of the unit's members.
I would like to commend my officers who go out there daily and put in their best foot forward. We cannot allow crime to continue running our country. We must do something about it because crime affects everything. It affects our tourism sector. It affects persons going out on the daily basis, conducting business in town. The amount of robberies we have in the city of Castries. And we will send a strong message to the persons who are committing those offenses. You need to stop. And if you don't stop, we're going to come for you and we're going to deal with it the right way. All right? We're not going to take advantage of anybody. There are ways and means of dealing with persons who commit crime, and this is what we're doing.
Public cooperation has been identified as a crucial element in the ongoing success of the GNF unit.
To the members of the public, we want to thank you for sharing information with us, which is vital, which is helping us in solving some of these crimes and recovering some of those illegal weapons and drugs. We want to tell you that we're here for you. We're willing to put up that fight. And we just want to ask them to continue using the 555 hotline. All right? We cannot allow crime to take over our country.
The GNF unit is establishing itself as a formidable force in the fight against crime, all in an effort to restore safety to St. Lucia through vigilance and a collective refusal to allow criminal elements to gain control.